Okay, we'll now welcome wide receivers coach Chad Bumphis. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand in the participants panel. We will start off today with Trevor Allen of KSLSports.com, followed by Josh Furlong and Josh Newman. Go ahead, Trevor.
Chad, first of all, welcome back to Utah. And second, what stood out about the job when you were going through the process?
First, I appreciate it. Thank you. Good to be back. And the people, that was the biggest thing for me. I was here as a graduate assistant in 2018 and got to meet some of the people on staff in the facility, just the people in Utah in general. And I understood what kind of program it was, what kind of program I was coming back to, the way the guys work, everything that's expected of the guys, and literally what I was used to, same program basically from what I had in college. So I was really familiar with it, got to know some of the guys who were still here. So it was a no-brainer. It was exactly what I was looking for.
Josh Furlong from KSL.com, followed by Josh Newman at the Salt Lake Tribune.
Yeah, Chad, you're obviously well versed in this, the personnel on the roster, seeing that you were here a couple of years ago. But what do you feel like you can provide to this team that will help them maybe get more touches, like Coach Whittingham has talked about, especially knowing that you've been in that position and you've got that experience?
Yeah, just understand the fundamentals and technique right now. We got a lot of guys. We got some guys who played a lot of ball. And we've got some young guys with some talent. So my deal is just get the most out of them, help them understand where they can be successful, help understand which positions they're best at. Again, I think Coach Ludd does an awesome job of putting guys in positions to be successful and playing to the strengths of our offense. And right now we're just trying to find those guys on the perimeter who we think going into fall camp can help us. And we're doing a good job right now. They're working. They're doing everything I'm asking them to do. So it's just about continuing to grow every day and keep stacking days together.
Next up, Josh Newman, Salt Lake Tribune, followed by Hans Olsen.
Chad, good morning. How are you?
Great. How's it going?
Doing well, thank you. What has the last 4 or 6 weeks been like for you? You were at Austin Peay. You take the Central Michigan job. The Utah job comes up. Had you moved to Michigan before the Utah job came up?
Yes, I was in Michigan for 14 days. So, I had just gotten there, getting to know the players, and what's weird is, or I guess not weird, but funny for me is I had been in touch with Coach Witt. So just updating him on how my career was going, where I was, because I knew at some point I wanted to be back here. So I always stayed in touch with him. And when I got the Central job, we actually talked and he congratulated me, just telling me stay in touch. And 2 weeks later, this job came open and I reached out to him, reached out to some of the guys on offense just to see what he was looking for, which direction if they had an idea of which direction it would go. And it worked out. And so that Thursday I interviewed, and Saturday morning I was on a plane. So it worked out just like I wanted, basically.
Just to follow that up, I mean, it sounds like it's been a chaotic time. I mean, can you maybe just kind of speak to that a little bit, just, in your personal life, just how chaotic it's been?
Yeah, absolutely. It's exactly what you think. But luckily for me, as blessed as I am, my wife, she is really good about this. She's been through it. Her dad's been a long-time college football coach. So having somebody like that who understands it, she's actually still back in Nashville getting everything ready. So, but yeah, it's been wild. It's been a wild ride. Just you don't expect it. I mean, I was getting settled in Michigan thinking I'm going to be here for a while, and bam, this opportunity happened and jumped on it.
Next, we'll go to Hans Olsen, 97.5 and 12.8 of the Zone.
So you arrived to the office, Coach, and obviously you find that some really good talent has transferred out of the program. How unsettled was the wide receiver room, and how much have you had to try to calm down players and unify them and settle them down? How difficult has that job been?
It hadn't been difficult at all. I mean, in this program, it's the next man up, and those guys see that as an opportunity to get on the field. Obviously, we have the Coveys in the room who's been very successful. You got Solo, and we got some guys coming along. So there wasn't much stress. They saw it as an opportunity to get on the field and make plays. So obviously, we wish the best for those guys, but it's about the guys in the building right now, and they're excited, man. They get an opportunity to go out and show what they can do, and so far we're making the most of those opportunities. So we just got to keep going, keep building, understanding what it is, what the situation is, and make plays. That's all it's about.
Next, we'll go to Josh Furlong, KSL.com.
And when you were hired, we heard a lot about how the players loved you. You were obviously a name that was familiar to them, and that people liked you. What do you feel is your coaching style that allows you to maybe to connect to these players and kind of help them progress through whatever they're going through as college kids?
Very energetic. That's the biggest thing for me, because I love this game so much. Being able to get out on the grass, on the turf, and coach and do what I love to do, bringing a lot of energy. And another thing is my youth. I use that too as an advantage. I'm not far removed from what they're going through, so I'm very relatable to what they do, what they're seeing on campus, what they're feeling when they're waking up for these morning workouts. I was going through that a few years ago, so. Like I tell them, come talk to me. There's nothing that you can say or do that's going to surprise me at this point. So very relatable, very energetic. And again, I use my youth to my advantage. I run around with them and try to have fun. You know what I mean? I'm going to coach them hard, but love them just as hard. And we're getting better. We're building those relationships, and they're starting to trust me and see that I only want the best for them. And so it's working out.
We'll go back to Josh Newman, Salt Lake Tribune.
Chad, you mentioned the youth and not being so far removed, from where these players are now. To that end, do you think that, the NFL credentials that you bring can not only help in the room, but also with the high school kids that you may one day recruit?
Absolutely. Because again, that's their goal, right? Everybody wants to play in the NFL. I've seen the steps. I've had teammates, and again, not just me, other coaches have, but again, talking to my youth, it wasn't long ago when I was doing it. So just having those relationships, having contacts, and again, playing the position, knowing what they're looking for, helping them understand that it is a business. And if you understand that before you get there, I think you last a little longer. So all those areas I'm able to help, and I just try to do it as much as I can.
Okay, there are questions for Coach Bumphis. One from Sammy Mora, Daily Utah Chronicle.
Hi, Coach. How important is it to have two guys like Britton Covey and Solomon Enos still in the wide receiver room that know what they can do?
Really, really important for me, huge for me, because one, they understand my style of coaching. So first time I was here, I was actually mostly inside with the slot guys, so got to spend a lot of time with Covey, and that was Solo's freshman year. So him coming in and being in that room, they understood my coaching style, understood what I was about. And now that we've had some time together, you get to see them help the younger guys. And so I've done individual meetings, and everybody I've talked to, I ask them, who are the leaders in the room? And you get those two guys along with others, but those are the two main guys that jump out just because of how much they help the guys in the room, help them understand what I'm about, how I go about my coaching. So it's been really big for me because they help the room so much.
Final question will come from Josh Furlong.
You obviously mentioned Covey and Enos, but where do you see as your strengths in this wide receiver room, and kind of where do you see them progressing?
I think we have a lot of guys who can help us. And again, my job right now is to find out where they can help us the most, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, are you to the field, are you to the boundary? And I think the biggest thing right now is it's an open playing field. I mean, you've got two guys really who've played a lot of football, but we're going to rotate guys. So everybody right now has an opportunity to show what they can do in spring ball, working through summer, working in the fall camp. So it's wide open. You have guys who have waited a long time for a real opportunity to play. And right now, I don't know that you can ask for anything better, anything more. You have a real opportunity with a new coach, with some open spots. So all you have to do right now is buy into what we're selling and make plays. And you have the opportunity that you've been wanting.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, first up for players is Nick Ford. Go ahead and use the raise hand function to ask a question. First up will be Steve Bartle.